context tells me is those people were brought to the team by the decision makers
GM
on the team.
Yeah.
That's not Michael. Michael was not the decision maker. Michael was a player. I don't think Michael decided who came where. Scotty was drafted there. Horace Grant was drafted there. You go and get at the second act of
Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc was drafted there. You added guys.
Ron Harper later on.
B.J. Armstrong, et cetera. So when guys have these conversations, and I hate to make it about LeBron because in my position, but it is what it is. We have to talk about it. It just makes no sense to me to say these type of things. You can say that, yes, Michael was successful because the pieces that were placed around him, he never had to leave. They replenished, and they were able to, I believe, grow together, and all the pieces made sense and they fit. They put the triangle offense in, and Michael, his growth came from being open and willing to play within a system because that system—
to trust his teammates.
Allowed him
Phil Jackson in the triangle.
That system allowed him to develop the trust in his teammates and also to become very efficient. They simplified things. Great. That's not a knock against LeBron, right? Because I would say this. On the other hand—
is this the research you were doing?
Yeah, and it's no offense to anybody. But on the other hand, the 2006-7 team that a 22-year-old took to the finals, Shannon Brown, Daniel Gibson, Drew Gooden, Larry Hughes, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, right? Zydrunas, Damon Jones, Dwayne Jones, Danielle Marshall, Ira Newble, Pavlovich, Scott Pollard, Eric Snow, Verjao, and David Wesley.
And it's not a finals team. It's not a finals team.
And they went up against Duncan.
It's not even
Ginobili,
a team that should go on a playoff run.
Parker, etc.
Even if you replace LeBron James with an all-star caliber player, that team does not go on a deep run in the playoffs.
No, replace him with any first-team All-NBA in this current and back then.
No, there are some guys who could at least take them on a run in a weaker conference, but maybe not to the final. But like that's
okay.
That and the Sixers team Iverson took to the finals are the two worst finals teams.
But okay, so you talk about coaches, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the coaches on that staff: Hank Egan, Melvin Hunt, Chris Gent, Kuster, Kenny Natt, Mike Malone. Mike Malone became a head coach. Melvin Hunt probably could have become a head coach, just never got the job, never got the opportunity. And Chris Gent is still coaching, stayed coaching. Now, let's go to the this is I think it's a 2009 team. Gibson, Hickson, Ilgauskas, Darnell Jackson, Trey Johnson, Terrence Kinsey, Sasha Pavlovich, Joe Smith, Wally Zerbiak, Verjao, Ben Wallace, Delonte West, Jawad Williams, Mo Williams, Lorenzen Wright.
You got some names on that team.
Mo Williams became an all-star, right?
Yep. You rattled off 4, 5, 6 names there that were on championship teams at one point, or else were all-stars, or else were very good players.
Yeah, but not on this team.
Right, not in the moment.
They wasn't. These guys wasn't in their prime. Ben Wallace wasn't in his prime.
This is the thing I'll say about what Stark said, Rich.
No, but wait. Before you say it, let me finish. And then, obviously, the 2010 team, there was Shaq, who was at the end of his career, Antoine Jameson, Cedric Jackson, Darnell Jackson again, Danny Green, who was a rookie or whatever. You had Mo, Sebastian Telfair, etc. Leon Poe. The point I'm making is when you have these guys go on these shows and say things, they haven't done the work. So now you talk about he had to go places. So you telling me in life, if I'm in a position to where things aren't getting better, and there's a pressure and an expectation on me to actually be better, and I have to be dependent of someone else
who won't trade J.J. Hickson for Amari Stoudemire,
making decisions for me that my career is up against. You're telling me to sit there, or is it the right thing to do to go elsewhere? Are you saying go elsewhere where you have to climb this mountain? And what are you talking about? That makes no sense. So going to Miami, I was one person that was against it in the moment, but in hindsight, it was the absolute right thing to do. And you win, right? Because now I get to make the choice. I didn't make the choice to get drafted. I was the number one player. I was drafted by the team with the number one pick. It's up to that team to do certain things. Then coming back, different dynamic. Now I'm better educated. I understand what it means to win. I have different representation. I'm educated differently on the situation. And yes, what are the bright spots when you're going to look? If I'm going to look for a house and I have kids, what am I looking at? School district. I'm looking at crime. I'm looking at layout, et cetera, so on and so forth. I'm looking at property value, all those things. So going to another team, of course I'm going to look at the positives of it. And in that case, it was Kyrie Irving.
What LeBron
and you can build
did
from there.
What LeBron